Hey, not gonna lie, I kind of dig that. I kind of really dig that. Hey guys, welcome to Chain Reactor. It's good to see you guys. It's gonna be a day. It's gonna be more than a day, I think. But pretty wild past 24-ish hours, maybe a little longer than that at this point. You know, I talk NFTs and I have here crypto right on the front screen. Johnny, you like that? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Dude, I'm having so much fun, like, the building process, like, just kind of iterating. I, for so long, wanted to do, like, a daily show, and the thing stopping me was never having a perfect way to do it, like, the right idea. And like I've learned many times over the past couple of years, there's never a perfect time. The perfect time is literally now. Just whatever it is you want to do, literally just start doing it. You will suck at first, guaranteed. But when you do it, you get better. So that's what we did. Rip the Band-Aid off. We're going after it. Anyway, good to see you guys. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you, man. Always appreciate you coming by, man. Gravity was first, though. Gravity gets first today, which is a treat. This dude blasting. Blast is super interesting, guys, and especially that in this kind of market with what's going on in crypto, with what we've seen going on in NFTs, and I'll say specifically ETH NFTs for the past couple of months here. Blast enters at a very interesting time, and I kind of wonder if it's going to keep the NFT ecosystem propped up and supported in a way that most of these other sectors here in Web3 are not going to be. So we'll get into that. Again, I think there's something interesting there. I do want to start crypto, though, this morning. Again, it's can we use the word bloodbath? I like using the word, so I just look for excuses to use it, but it's a bloodbath out there. And I think we're probably all agreeing it's going to get worse. It's a question of how much worse, and how much do we care? I don't care. I mean, you know, the conviction's never been higher. It really hasn't. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Guys, do me a favor, wherever you're watching the show, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like this show. Make sure you're subscribing to SlamX Official. I'm going to pull that up in a minute. I'm going to shill that hard. But if you're watching on X, share it out. Drop some comments in it. I think that's all stuff that helps the algorithm. I'm going to go ahead and get this tweeted out real quick, too, here. But, guys, love to hear your thoughts on crypto. Do we already know why we're in the situation we're in? Or is that something we're trying to figure out? I have some thoughts. I have some points I want to bring up here. But I'd like to know what you guys think about the market right now. How low you think we're going to go. How long we stay low like this. I'll say this, though. No matter what, we are in uncharted territory. Like, forget the price, right? It's the way the space has grown. It is who is in the space now. We have never been in a market like this. So, we have all this historical data that we can look at. And I'll say half of it you throw right out the window. So, going to be really interesting. All right, give me a quick second getting this tweet fired off. Oh, by the way, might have a special guest today. And we'll do that kind of whenever. I mean, it's going to be a fun show. So, have a lot of friends here in the space. I always invite them to come up. We'll see what we get today. All right, boom. I got to get that done ahead of time, I think. Probably smarter, right? But again, part of the process of building this damn thing. It's just going to take a little time. Okay. Oh, hey, cool. Welcome, sir. Well, you can definitely say you're early because this is just episode 3. So you're very, very early, sir. I hope you like it. Hope you'll stick around. Casual, but we're getting deep in this stuff, man. So glad to have you on board, and Hulk, great to see you, sir. Good morning. All right, so where are we starting? Okay, we'll do crypto in a second. It's an NFT show. It's a Web3 show, but NFTs, they've got my heart. So we'll start with NFTs and just a quick look at the macro market here. As you'd expect with crypto down so much, NFTs are down. The Forecast 500 NFT index is measuring the value of the NFT market, right? And it is looking at the USD value. So, of course, crypto prices down means your JPEGs are worth less. So the NFT market is down. 4.17%, I would argue, is not so bad considering how down the crypto market is. Tells me maybe, and we'll peak, but maybe floor prices on NFTs are holding steady. In fact, maybe up in the top collections. Right? If crypto prices are down 5+% across the board, and I guess at this point they're not, right? Bitcoin down a little over, well, almost 6%. But ETH down 3% or so. Solana down 3.5%, right? So, yeah, maybe I'm thinking floor prices are kind of holding steady. There is an interesting dynamic here that I always like to look at. It is the price of crypto versus where floor prices are at in NFTs. And again, sometimes you see them separate. Sometimes you see them move together and you see weeks where we have, 11, 12% losses in value when crypto's down and floor prices are down. That is a double whammy. You hate to see it. Yeah, those are rough. We saw that twice this year already. And luckily we're not there now. Oh my goodness, dude. I love Vivi. Vivi was pretty close to my entry in NFT. One of the first things I got into, one of the easiest things to click for people. I got huge Vivi bags. I've got like that Marvel #1 comic, the ultra rare, that 500 edition that at one point was worth like $100,000. Dude, I was deep in Vivi. I love it too. But you know what? When they KYC'd, I never did it, so I've not touched the platform since. But I love Vivi, and I write about Vivi every week in my newsletter. Can I draw? Yeah. Hang on, let me do that. Appreciate you looking out here. Yeah. Where is that tweet? Again, I'll get on top of this at some point. Okay, here we go. But yeah, Vivi, love it. Absolutely love it. Would love to show Vivi on Crypto Slam too. I know the NFTs are all on Immutable, but they've never opened up the third-party marketplaces. I know they said that's coming though. Anyway, let's do a little light baby TA on Bitcoin. I used to love doing TA. I haven't done it in a long time. I don't know if you guys are into that or if it's interesting to you, but with Bitcoin doing what it's doing, everybody's trying to project where is it going. Okay, the level it was at was our resistance, and we're right back to that level right now. It's a matter of where does it find support. Oh, I really miss this stuff. Okay, so I think, and I think a lot of people out here probably think, we're heading back down to upper 40s, low 50s. That is our last level, really. I mean, it's basically just kind of clear sailing until you get there. What I think is really interesting is there enough money coming in here through ETFs that can turn this previous resistance level into support? Like, something is going to change this cycle. I believe that. Like I said, I think this is a very, very different market now. So is right now the moment where this is the level we just maintain? I don't think so. And I'll tell you what, it may not even be this. Because even this level here at upper 40s didn't really work as support very long too. There's a chance we go in the low 40s. It's very, very possible. And if it does, I don't care. I can't even tell you I'm buying there. I don't care. I always say I'm just here as an enjoyer, and for the most part I am. But I'm curious what you guys think. Like, do you guys play Bitcoin? Do you trade it? Do you do TA? Are you interested in that kind of thing? It's so different, right? By the way, happy birthday, man. It was cool seeing that, seeing your picture on the timeline. Real cool. Ah, nice. That's cool. I dig that. Okay, so like as I was looking at Bitcoin price, I'm also looking at Bitcoin unique wallets. And again, like there's nothing exact here. I don't think we've got any kind of scientific method figured out here yet. Hang on, let me get a good view here. So I was looking for like unique wallets, like active wallets in Bitcoin. And I just find it very interesting that as we're pumping here and hitting all-time highs, the number of active wallets kind of fell off a cliff here. And it fell off before we hit that all-time high. Now, like previously here, like 2017 all-time high, you had active wallets also peaking with it. You saw the same in 2021 when we hit all-time high. And they dumped together too, right? This time around, active wallets dumped back in November. So I wonder if they're missing a data source here or if something is different here. Less people trading, but it's being offset by, I mean, at this point, that new ETF money. I know that's more recent this year, but something here doesn't add up to me, and it's why I say we're in uncharted territory. Some of this doesn't exactly make sense to me. And I don't know about you guys, but like my IRL friends, they're not rushing into crypto like I thought they would. So I don't feel like anything going on now is because of like mass adoption happening. It's not. At the same time, platforms are evolving and growing and they're building out, and it is getting easier than ever to onboard, but I'm not feeling like we have some kind of mass adoption coming that is driving this all-time high. I think this was just, man, it's not FOMO, but it's just that money coming from these ETFs. For the most part, I think that's true. And it's a lot of money, and that's enough to sustain what's going on and more. Yep. Agreed, Choina. Yeah, 40s make sense, I think. Hey, good evening, sir. Yeah, do you still got a GM in the evening, though? But evening, sir. Yeah. This is the cycle that happens over and over and over again. So again, I think nobody is really surprised here. But what'll be surprising and what actually could happen is we just find that we don't fall as low as we did previously, that we don't see this exact scenario play out again. So much more money coming in inflows from these ETFs that we don't do this again. We'll see. I'm excited to just watch and find out. Now, with that said, a lot of people coming up with their own theories and just having fun with it. And I love this from Dees. I love that guy. But Dees, if everyone knows that everybody knows that there's a 4-year cycle with a pump after the happening, did we get front run? I don't know. I like it. Again, just funny. I like hearing people's thoughts on the space. I think he's just playing here. But there's just so many factors here. Okay, yesterday, CZ being sentenced to 4 months in prison. Okay, factor, not a major one. In fact, the fact that Binance is still operating and running, I mean, it's good and it's bullish. Regulations are coming. Things are getting cleaned up. CZ is taking accountability, which I think is awesome. I remember these old text messages or emails with CZ saying in them he knew what they were doing was illegal. I think things just grow too fast. He's different than I think SBF, where SBF knew it and just continued and pushed even further into it. I think things just grew so fast, maybe out of control, and he kind of had to just work with what he had at the time, knowing things were not kosher. Yeah, again, I liked him taking responsibility there, or accountability. But really, in the past 12 hours here, 300 million liquidated from the crypto markets here. Now, I do need to get some charts and show the inflows versus outflows, because really, you liquidate 300 million in a market where there's not much inflows, and you're absolutely going to decimate it. And not that we're not hurting right now, but the space is primed right now to absorb those kind of liquidations. So, yeah. It is what it is. This is where we're at. Oh, no. Just up for, I guess, a fun couple months. It is going to be fun. You know, all this stuff happens. Oh, and by the way, yeah, this is an important part here, too. But the whole consensus Ethereum thing, the SEC referring to ETH as a security, and they've been doing this since 2023. And I know with them, behind the scenes, they say once Ethereum became proof of stake instead of proof of work, that is when they changed their definition. Does that hold up? I don't know. But again, it's just another factor here. All the while all this stuff goes on in crypto, to some degree, who cares? A lot of us here, I would say all of us here, are in this space because we believe in the tech. We believe that there's something cultural happening here. I believe it. It's what I'm here for. It's why I say I'm here as an enjoyer. So whatever the price of crypto doesn't change the fact that we're here and we're collecting and we're trading. And a lot of us are building. And we're building things only possible here. And so with that said, we're not going anywhere, man. The NFT market yesterday, too. Yeah, sales not looking fantastic. I don't know. I think a lot of people kind of waiting to see how the crypto markets play out. But yesterday, $23 million, that is cross-chain sales. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions down. If you guys saw the video this morning, I went over this stuff. Trade profits really down. 2 mil in the negative. I actually would like to see the last time we were that low, and I can tell you it's been a while. Like probably going back to, I would guess last fall. Like 2 mil in the negative is pretty substantial. Well, here we go. Here's 11 mil in the negative. That wasn't even that long ago. What was that? Oh, dude, that was a big Bored Apes kind of day. There was something there and people were just dumping their Bored Apes. I remember that. So actually just like 2 months ago. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. The market is not looking bad. Sales are not looking bad. Considering, too, everything we've gone through and talked about over the past couple weeks with runes, a lot of the action in NFTs was in rune-facing collections, right? A lot of that liquidity is now moved from the non-fungible side to the fungible side. So I still think people very, very active, and I got to remind myself to check the rune charts, but it's very active out there. There are a lot of traders. Again, no concerns on my part with any of this stuff. I dig it. I think it's fun. Here are your top collections moving this market here. The General Ordinals collection. I always want to remind people there's like 30, 40 million NFTs in this collection. It's huge. So that's most. I'll say a big chunk of the Bitcoin market is up in this collection, 3.7 mil. D-Market always does well, especially when things pull back, and especially in a bear market is where D-Market really shines because they're consistent. And if you don't know, D-Market is Counter-Strike gaming skins, Dota gaming skins, Rust, Team Fortress. Those sales are on chain. So the assets aren't NFTs, but the transactions are. It's really cool. But yeah, D-Market, again, when the market pulls back, the NFT market, they're right up there in the top. And I believe they've been number one at some point. Azuki doing well after putting out their anime yesterday, which was fan-fucking-tastic, guys. Man, check out that anime if you haven't already. It's awesome. Like, it's really, really good. Really, really quality. Pandora in the top 10, dude. I love Pandora. I still think 404s are going to be a very significant thing in this space. They're not yet. Truth, they're just not. But to me, just kind of a common sense thing. We know how people like their fungible tokens and their meme coins, and if you can marry that with NFTs, which Pandora does, I don't see how you're not looking at a winner there. So Pandora, I think, becoming a launch pad for those kind of things. Very bullish there. My bro Lemon. What's up, man? So I'm going to tell you this. I think in general, I won't be shocked if we go below 50, and I do think we're gonna. But I don't think we stay there long. I'll say that. No. Blast coming up. Blast coming up, dude. I'm going to spend a majority of the show on Blast here. Well, maybe not a majority because I don't trade in it. I don't like enough. Or I'm sorry, I don't trade anything there. Eagle, appreciate that, man. Yeah, guys, do me a favor, like and share all that stuff, and appreciate the kind words, sir. Really, really means a lot. I'll say this, like I hate to like just interject with personal stuff, but I never, ever, ever imagined doing content, like doing a show, never. And when I started, I just loved it. I freaking loved it. So it's cool if anybody's enjoying it. If there's one person watching, I'm doing it. Like it kind of blows my mind. Super cool. So anyway, thank you for that. We're getting a Blast. We're getting a Blur. I really think that's going to prop up the entire NFT ecosystem. And I think especially ETH NFTs, you guys are probably going to have to educate me quite a bit there, though. Those of you who trade over there. Because, again, I don't. Top sales, though, like really big sales. I mean, no matter what the market conditions are, you're usually going to see grails selling. And we got that Boogle sale yesterday, which Boogles, if you don't know, it's a tiny, tiny exclusive collection over on Solana. But when you see those sales, those aren't wash sales. They're not. Those are very legit sales. I think it's like 100, 150 edition collection. Maybe it's 200 at most, but tiny collection. It's like the OGs in the whales of Solana. So you see those sales, 1,300 sold, 161 grand, real, totally real. Bunch of CryptoPunk sales, OMB sales. I did mention this morning, if we get deep into a bear market, though, again, what's a bear market right now? I still think we're in a bull. I do see CryptoPunks getting into the 20 ETH range, like upper 20s. I think that could happen. If the scenario plays out where we are in a 3-4 month bear right here, I could kind of see it. Now, if that happens, it's also, Bored Apes down under 10 and staying under 10. It's also the rest of ETH NFTs really tanking. And this is why Blast is going to matter so much. Can Blast keep traders liquid? Can Blast bring the rewards and keep people trading that's propping up these floor prices? Now, I'll say this, okay? I'm not going to spend any more time on Bitcoin, but I do want to say, in the same way that Blast just brings so much, Blur brought so much liquidity to the market, even though most of it's wash trading, in the same way it brought so much liquidity, are the ETFs bringing so much liquidity that it keeps this propped up? It buoys us, where I said, I don't know that we find this like collapse like we did in the past. Does the ETF inflows do the same for us? That it's not even possible to hit those same kind of lows because there is so much money coming in. Possible maybe, right? Also, I'm an idiot, so who knows? Thank you, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, like Choino, when I see these, I get excited. But it's like when you're thinking long term and you knew these were coming, it just reassures you that everything you thought was right. We're all planning for 100K Bitcoin. We're planning for 150K Bitcoin, maybe even 200 plus. And we know on the road to get there, we're going to have these setbacks. And so when they happen, you're like, oh, part of the plan, baby. It's just kind of that easy, and it's nice to be in that headspace. I hope everybody here is there too. It's a good headspace to be in. Okay, do you want to touch on Solana, ETH, Bitcoin? We'll peek at base, not a ton there right now. And I've told you guys before too, I really got to up my game on Solana. But yeah, floor price is taking a hit there. Fragana's always, man, those always interest me. Because you got so many Bored Apes and like big ETH whales coming in, like for the first time into Solana, and that was the PFP they chose. No matter what, they've got a big community that's rooting for them. So I'm always going to put that out there. I think Fragana's in the future, maybe special. ETH NFTs, again, we're going to spend a majority of the time on Blast and ETH NFTs, but yeah, kind of a mixed bag here, huh? Again, Izuki, floor price up, and we saw him on the top 10 on Crypto Slam. A lot of that just the hype around the anime. It really is a net positive for this space. Bored Apes, Mutant Apes down, floor price wise. I think we'll see them. Okay, if this trend continues in general, like with crypto, we're going to get Bored Apes back under 10. Even though they're making all the right moves, they really are. And I do want to touch on their other side, Town Hall tomorrow. I love that, dude. I'm so excited about that. Baby steps here for them, but they're making all the right moves. I love it. But Elemental's up. Also, real glad I didn't buy one of these a couple weeks ago. I was almost about to FOMO into that after learning this is created by the Bitcoin Puppets artist or team. I think just artist. Dude, I almost bought one of these at 0.8. Really glad I didn't. Let's peek at Blast, and then we're going right over to Bitcoin. Mystical, serious volume here. And hey, we're talking ERC 404s. I said Pandora, game changer. Mystical is an SPL 404. It's not an SPL 404, guys, because we're on base. It is an ERC 404 on base. These collections are going to work. I think, at some point, I think we're going to see the Crypto Slam top 10, and I think we'll see half of the collections there are ERC 404s. Is that this year? I don't know, but to me, it makes sense. We'll see that at some point. So Mystical and ERC 404 collection, dude, 350 ETH in volume. Absolutely. So almost a mil, or is that a mil? That's the most sales volume we've seen in a collection since Magic Eden onboarded base. I know that. So keep your eyes on those kind of collections for sure. And then Bitcoin. I can't hide it. It's my favorite ecosystem. And I try to be impartial. I've got bags everywhere. And at Crypto Slam, we've always been multi-chain focused, always. So I came up in this space believing in the multi-chain future, believing in all these blockchains, believing and even arguing with people that there's going to be an infinite number of blockchains that survive. Same way you can like copy paste a crypto, a fungible token. Anybody can launch a fungible token now. You'll eventually be able to do that with tools, with the help of tools, but you'll be able to do that with blockchains. So infinite number of blockchains. Oh man, so many will thrive. Anyway, point there is, I love them all, but Bitcoin's my baby. Yeah, man. Yeah. And stick around, guys, for pension hour. We're going to be talking your IRAs, your pensions, 401ks. Yeah. On Pension Reactor coming up next. Lemon, you're a smart ass, dude. Okay. Only thing I want to point out here is, look, if we make calls and get them right, we got to point them out because it's helpful for the community. It's helpful for people to see. It is. We were talking about something plenty other people were noticing as well, but I think it was just yesterday said if you're in the market for a Bitcoin puppet, if you're in the market for a node monkey, your entry may be coming up soon because a whole bunch of supply is getting unlocked from a layer 2 called Merlin. So the Merlin, why am I having so much trouble with that word? But the Merlin L2 on Bitcoin, you had like 1,000+ assets that were staked over there for a good chunk of time. Those are all getting unlocked. All those assets, because of the prices right now, nearly everybody was in profits. And so there's this expectations that a lot of those guys, they earn some currency. I don't know if it was a Merlin native token, or if it was Bitcoin, but they got their rewards. Now they got their asset there that they're in profit with. Are we going to get a bunch of listings? Are people going to be dumping? And to some degree, that's happening, for sure. Puppets down to 0.24. I said this morning, I could see them down to 0.19. And I'm looking. I might buy one. I believe a lot of these things are going to be multiple Bitcoin floors in that peak euphoric market. Like I'll show you where. I know we're looking at Bitcoin, not NFTs, but when we get to this part, and technically the NFT market peak was here. It was like January, February 2022. That was like peak NFT market. When we get there, I mean, hell yes. When we get there, I think puppets are 2 Bitcoin, 3 Bitcoin floors. Node Monkey, same thing. Quantum Cat, same thing. And actually, you'll think I'm crazy when I say this, but I think it'll actually be more than that. Picture when Bitcoin hits its all-time high, and it's like $150,000 Bitcoin. Picture how euphoric and high those guys who held onto those bags, and they're just like life-changing money. People buy crazy stuff when they're high on money. And we saw it, right? It's not just guessing and like hoping that happens. We saw it. We lived through it, over the course of like a year and a half, 2 years. It happens, and it's going to happen on Bitcoin. We're going to get those influencers coming, celebrity influencers coming into the space, wanting to rock. What is the next Bored Ape? What is it? It's going to be something on Bitcoin. They already flex Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin's cool. So, okay, that's my thought on puppets. That's my thought on node monkeys, on OMB. I think they have that kind of potential. So you better believe I'm looking for an entry in puppets specifically and node monkeys. If they get into the 0.1s, absolutely. And you guys, all right, you guys who've been here, you know what my favorite collection is? Here, like on this list, you know what it is, right? Dude, I got in a zone. I wasn't even looking at comments. Yeah. But when is it? Is it wash, or is it the fungible tokens trading, and is it getting counted as NFT volume? And is it wash because they incentivized it? That's a really good point you brought up, because it's got extra rewards. Yeah, 25% bonus there. Are there no fees on this, or like what's up with this? Man, if Beanie Matt, this sounds shitty, but if Beanie like was able to like move markets like he used to, Thog would be on that list. You know, I love Beanie. Man, I love Beanie. But no Beanie collection. I'll just say it's Quantum Cats. Yeah, Quantum Cats are like my big bet. Here, when I'm going to check. We're working to get base integrated on CryptoSlam, and it'll filter those wash trades, which will be beautiful. Like, just beautiful. We'll see them in an instant. Little, like, hand washing little logo right next to it. It's awesome. The way I got my screen formatted, it might be really hard to see, but I imagine it's just the same stuff getting passed back and forth. I'm kind of curious if I don't want to connect a wallet, but I want to see what the fees are like. Like, what's the incentive to wash trade? It is the diamonds, but what are the fees people are paying? I'm curious. Okay, I'll continue on the Bitcoin thing, but just about done there, and then I want to get to Blast Blur. But yeah, guys, Poppy, I love this dude. He came on the Little Noun show a couple weeks back. Dude is amazing. Love this guy. Love what he's done for the Quirkies. But he's in the same headspace as me. Was about to buy a Node Monkey. His buddies gave him that heads up. Here's your list, I think, of what was staked over in Merlin. So you had 1,000, almost 1,100 Node Monkeys. You had almost 400 puppets. Wow, 1,500 frogs. And frogs were hurting lately, too. Wow. Wow, crazy. 109 Quantum Cats. 4,000. Oh, you know what's interesting? 4,000 Goosenals is a lot, but I've heard the Goosenals community very active in Merlin. So I don't know if that is an ecosystem built by some of these big Goosenals. So it wouldn't shock me that like half the damn supply is like locked up there. Just it's like super interesting. But yeah, Node Monkeys and puppets. What are these? Are those land things? Anyway, there's a lot of stuff locked up. A lot of supply coming to market, probably. But then to Tyler's point here, Node Monkeys did not fall much. They've actually held up pretty damn well. So if I were a betting man here, well, I think Node Monkeys are going to come down, but I don't think they're going to fall far. I'll show you this. Puppets have more owners. Same supply collections, by the way, 10K in each, puppets and Node Monkeys, but 6,600 puppet holders. And we're still under 5,000 Node Monkeys, I believe. Oh, you know what's interesting? If they're in the Merlin wallet, I think it was counting a whole bunch of them there. We were at like 48, I think, recently. Either way, still around 5,000. A lot of people hold multiple of these. So, I mean, I do think people are going to sell and take profits. But yeah, I don't think that one dips as much as puppets for whatever reason. I just don't see it. And I want them, dude. I want them all. Quantum Cat small supply, them getting OP Cat live yesterday, by the way, guys, on Signet. So live in the testnet, it's incredible. Yeah, NFT hype. Absolutely agree. I'm looking at them too, dude. I really do not want to. I do not want to get to that peak euphoric market without a Node Monkey. I do think they're the Bitcoin, or excuse me, the crypto punk of Bitcoin. I'll say too, though, I think Quantum Cats, it's the small supply that makes them a wild card. Like, man, Quantum Cats, I just think, I don't want to pump them too much. Again, I have one. I'm giga bullish on them, but I just think they check every box. The small supply, they're building. Yeah. I'm not even going to say the name because I'm such an idiot. I can't pronounce it still, even though it's been explained to me. Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, so Blur Blast. I think we're done. With this part. Yeah, check this out, okay? So Pac-Man, Blur, Blast, whoever makes these announcements typically, right? They said this integration was coming in April. Yesterday, the last day of April, they're like, where is it? Well, boom, here it is. These guys dropped the integration right on, yesterday afternoon, cutting it pretty close. But now officially, Blur on Blast. Does it work the other way? Is it Blast on Blur? But either way, you can trade your Blast NFTs on Blur. Now, the Blast Layer 2 also gave their biggest gold rewards. Remember, they take their rewards and they distribute it to the dApps, to the builders on that L2, and it's for them to give out to their platform users. The biggest allocation of Blast Gold went to Blur, 2 million gold. And just to set this up for like in a minute or so here, but guys, any of you with experience trading on Blast, I'd love to hear from you. Like, and what I mean by trading on Blast, like any exposure over there, money staked, money like playing on any platforms over there, Fantasy Top, NFT Stats photo thing, what's his name, OSF's, whatever the hell they're called, his new collection, right? His new refundable NFT. Any of you playing any of that stuff, give me a heads up, because I definitely got questions for you. I'd love to ask you here. Yeah, actually, when I bought one this morning. Absolutely, yeah. I covered it this morning as well. But Animoca, I'll pull that up. Remind me. Animoca is going big into Bitcoin. Big. And I think people undervaluing the whole Bitcoin ecosystem still. I think people are like, yeah, no, I get it. It's going to be around. It's a thing. We'll have some expensive collections. I don't think they realize how much it's going to overshadow the rest of everything else. I think there's going to be Bitcoin. I don't think you're looking necessarily at who's number 2 or 3. It's just like there's Bitcoin, and then there's everyone else. That's how I'm looking at it, or at least how I see it going. Hey there. Not too late. It's never too late for anything. Just in time. We're early. Everything's early. The show is early. You guys are early. We're early to crypto. We're early to NFTs. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to pull that up. Absolutely mind-boggling volume, like crazy. And of course, it's all wash. Of course, and that's fine. That's what it's for. Okay, so I don't think I need this here. Oh, I'll just mention this again. If you guys are in it or not, it's just good to be aware. But on top of your rewards you get for trading, they give all these multipliers too, so heavily incentivizing using these lending protocols. So you can use Blur's Blend, but there's plenty of other platforms here. Wow, I'm so blind. But you can use NFI Perp or NFT Perp. You can use Mintify. You can use Element. They all have little lending protocols. So, I mean, I dig it. I like it. I like the maturing NFT economy here. I love the fractionalization. We see that on flooring. I love that stuff. I love the lending stuff. I love it all merging together and then gamifying it all. I freaking love it. How many of you feel like you were born for this kind of space? For exactly this? It's pretty wild. Now, okay, we got Season 3. I should say the end of Season 3 coming. I think that's Blur Season 3. Okay, so there's just a kind of a short amount of time for people to go and trade and earn this gold, if all this gold is going to be distributed at the end of this season. We don't know if it is. But NFT Stats, he's using a couple of variables and doing it's loose math, and he says that, but he's guesstimating that it's about $1.2 million a day in rewards that's basically given out for trading over there now. So like this is a fuse that's just been lit. You know, we've been waiting to see when that stuff ignites. Like, when are people going to start going absolutely crazy over there? It's now. It's literally right now, because the rewards have maybe never been greater. Blur rewards, Blast rewards. It's a lot. And then you got guys like this. I know he's big on Friend Tech. I think he's a big Blur trader too, right? This dude. But it sounds like he's going to sit it out entirely. It's funny because like a lot of these guys seem to have gotten tired of the PvP-ness of it and the wash trading and the manipulation. But like what doesn't make sense to me is somebody, again, on the sidelines the whole time, but watching it the whole time. It's always worked like that. I don't see that anything's changed other than it's gotten more difficult for the guys who maybe excelled at trading over there. So it's gotten more difficult, and then they're like giving up on it because of that. It's kind of weird to me. Yeah, I gotta pull that up. It's just weird. I get it. If it's harder to make money, then why are you going to grind it out? I get it. But I don't think anything is actually different. I don't think the trading style is different. But, okay, excuse me. Pac-Man digging, I mean, why wouldn't he? It's his platform. But digging all the activity on the platform. And here we go, Gravity, just for you, man. It's really for all of us, because this is wild. Okay? Look at the 1-day volume, and keep in mind, this isn't even a full day. We're not 24 hours into this. 4,281 ETH in pack wrecked. 1,200 in pack. What is this? Gold pool, which I think, is that the one where farming was disabled? There's some things here I got to understand. Like on the ones that have refundable ETH, did they disable farming or points? And they did on one. Just trying to remember here if that's this one, gold pool. It's so weird. It's a whole foreign ecosystem. It's so foreign. But yeah, kind of curious why I'm curious if you guys are trading there, if you're playing it. I mean, wash trading for Ponzi points, it's like, I get the interest if the payday is going to be big enough. And I know I've seen tweets out there, and some of these guys stand to make $20+ million paydays. So I get why they do it. Okay, now, I get why people with very little money are doing it too. When I got into NFTs, I farmed or I grinded away on Avastars. You could go look at a listing of Avastar NFTs, and you just pick out the good ones. You don't have to buy them. You just pick them out. And when people buy them, you get a little commission on it. That's grinding in a way. Like, it's different than wash trading. Different kind of grinding, but I get why people who have very little funds to play with, they'll grind this for small gains, and they'll grind and they'll grind and they'll grind, and maybe it kickstarts them. So I get it too. It's just it's not appealing. It doesn't sound fun. And with that said, I've never done it. Maybe it's just like I dip my toes in and it's like the funnest thing ever. Huh. Explain that, Gravity. Blast Ape issued an additional 10K. Like NFTs or like, are we talking gold? Okay, all right. So on the collections that have refundable ETH, they disable gold rewards, huh? Which makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Who's supporting the Ponzi and the money these whales are earning? It's those angel investors, right? I would guess. Who really wins with all this stuff? It's the guys who invested in Pac-Man. It's all them. Gotcha. Okay. So because it's refundable, just more and more and more, like infinite supply glitch there because it doesn't matter. Oh, geez. This is ugly. So, Gravity, you trade here, or you just like, no, you just are deep enough to understand it? All right. Uno momento. I'm sharing one more time. All right. Also, let me see if our special guest is going to make his appearance. Not expected it, but hey, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Okay, Gravity, what is it you're doing there? Let's see. Oh, you are. Interesting. Okay. Do you like it? Are you finding it rewarding? Do you recommend other people do it? My biggest fear is always like I get in and I lose and I don't have enough to work with because I see a lot of guys have to absorb a hit because maybe the payday when it's reward time is worth it. But I'm like, I can't get in there and afford to take hits. Is it easy to find your footing? Is it rewarding enough already? Are you grinding out ETH on your trades right now? Or are you purely playing for points right now and you're taking hits? All questions I have. Dude, I have to get your ass up here sometime to chat about it if you're ever down. I would love to chat about Blur Blast, all that stuff. Okay, so there's the like Element. Is that right? The Element marketplace? That's actually really, really interesting, man. Interesting. Hey, guys. Okay, maybe time to stop being an idiot and actually get into it. So yeah, here's Element. I think before Blur integration yesterday, this was the biggest marketplace, I believe. I think that's the case. Dude, this site killing my stream. Holy cow. Hey, GM, sir. Good to see you. Okay, Mintify was biggest. Okay. No. Interesting. By the way, good morning, or good to see you. No, let's peek at that. Breaking news. Hang on. Base. There we go. Almost had it. Breaking news. Dude, I'm going to kick myself for not getting one of those. Drop a link if you have it. Because I don't know if I'm looking at the right place here. Base is cooking, guys. Man. Dude, so... Oh, yeah. Man, I want to talk about Zach XBT. Maybe we'll do that later this week. Yeah, if you got a link to... If you got a link to this, I'd love to see. Because, yeah, I didn't see it just at first glance, but pretty... Actually, let's check the prices. Let's check the prices of those based punks. Because they got crazy for a bit, and they got a little more... Oh, okay. 0.28. If this is the right collection, I think it is. Man, you got me about to FOMO into something. Linkage, please. If you can. Whatever. If you can. All right. All right, one final time, too, guys. If you don't mind, if you haven't shared out the show, please share out the show. I can tell you this, a little sneak peek, maybe pulling the curtains back a little, but have some cool plans for this show. Oh, I think we got our guest coming. Hang on. Just for fun. Just for fun. It's in the bio. Okay. I'll check that out. Okay. We still got a hit on. Let me check because I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry. I really want to talk about. I'm gonna do this before our guest comes. I think you guys got a feel for what I'm thinking out there. I think, man. Okay. Let me make this point. Base and blur cooking, good for keeping people liquid, good for keeping people rewarded. Okay, if we do enter a bear market here for crypto, I'll just say for crypto, do the ETH NFTs actually stay pretty stable? Right? They've been going down through the bull market, but because of that, do you think they've maybe gotten closer to their true value? And that could be the case. So it could be that the ETH NFT ecosystem actually does well while crypto is struggling here. Maybe while other NFT ecosystems are struggling, ETH NFTs might actually thrive here. Well, just a thought, just wondering. Okay, welcome to the stage. Let me get this set up. The great Henry the Grape. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming, dude.
What up? Hey, yeah, no, thanks for having me, man. Congrats on the new show, sir.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, your first appearance on Chain Reactor. By the way, that name, I couldn't stand it at first, but I
like it.
Dude, it's growing on me. I'm kind of digging it, especially with some graphics I'm working on behind the scenes. I'm working on a new theme song. It's kind of coming together. I'm kind of digging it, man.
No, it makes perfect sense, man. Chain Reactor, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I dig it.
On brand, sir. On brand.
I think so. Anyone who doesn't know Henry the Grape, well, how do I intro you properly? Let me start by saying Henry's my younger brother. So this has been a family affair for us for years at this point, as far as getting in crypto, getting in NFTs together, just learning, loving the space together. It's been like such a treat. Henry also is on the CyberKongs team, on the Council of Kong, so the core team and that leader. What's your official position there?
Yeah, honestly, I think we try to avoid the corporate C-suite terms because it just feels off-brand for us. But so we just say we're the founding team, just kind of all encompassing, I guess. Because what would I call myself? There's so many C titles that you kind of wear. that it just seems corny in Kongs to use one.
And especially, I mean, still, I kind of look at Kongs even a few years in as a startup, and in startups, you wear every hat. So it's like, how do you give yourself a title when you kind of do a bit of everything?
Yep. That's it.
So
Everybody wears a lot of hats. So some days it's marketing, some days it's communications, some days it's accounting, legal. It's all that shit. But yeah, it's fun. No, not gonna lie, it's been a lot of fun lately.
you got a lot of fans, dude. I noticed this. I mean, it's hard to not notice, but yeah, whenever you're on any of the shows that we do or I do or you, whatever, I mean, man, yeah, people love you. I get why. I mean, I especially get why. But dude, I mean, guy, for anybody who doesn't know too, okay, the CyberKongs have just gotten off of a pretty big couple of weeks here in the NFT space, and specifically over in Bitcoin, dropping that Prometheans collection, getting in that rune craze, getting their rune etched #2. It's been a whirlwind for them. I know this, but also like just very, very ingrained now in a way, the core of Bitcoin at this point. It was super impressive to watch. So you guys got the rune distributed 2 days ago. How are things settling down for you guys, and what are you looking at this point? What are your next steps over there?
Yeah, I said yesterday, it's kind of like the end of the beginning, because like, dude, we had no idea when we put this together whether anybody would give a shit or not. You have no clue, right? You're kind of putting your toes into an entirely new ecosystem that has its own culture, and we like, I mean, I've been in ordinals for a little bit, so like I at least understand enough of the culture to know it rejects a lot. And honestly, what ordinals reject are literally all the shit I reject. So it felt like an opportunity for Kongs to really kind of engage with a new audience that was really aligned with our own values. So we were hopeful that people would receive what we were doing the way that we were trying to communicate it, which was like, I say free and fair. It's like, hey, we're coming in. We know we didn't start this journey on ordinals, but like we don't want to miss it because we like what's going on there. We've collabed with a lot of projects on ordinals. So the fact that it was received the way that it was, and the fact that, a lot of people were able to kind of like, I don't want to say make life-changing money, but to get something for free and then to be able to do whatever it is with that, if it's provide for your family, if it's hold something like because you couldn't get into the Kongs ecosystem and now you finally have a Kong, to have that resonate with people was, I mean, me, dude, like it's humbling, right? Like we never think of ourselves as like we are the fucking kings of the jungle. Like we say it within Kongs, but we don't think that we're the hottest shit out there. It's not our ethos.
It's just playing the King Kong role in a way. It's just like you got to pound your chest, but it's part of like it's just part of your personality. It's just, you know what I mean? It's not in a pumpy way. Braggy, you guys have always been the humblest guys out there.
Yeah, and so like what's interesting is like, if you juxtapose what we're doing with decentralized versus what Leonidas is doing with Dog to the Moon, and I'm a runestone holder. I've got my my bag of Dog to the Moon. I'm a fan of like what Leonidas was doing and what he's led, and it's very different, right? Like what Leonidas has to do is different than what Kongs have to do, because Leonidas is a person who wants to push this thing as hard as he can. And I think people look to us because like right now Bitcoin's getting slaughtered, right? And I think people look and they're like, well, how come you guys aren't doing that? Like what he's doing, multiple tweets a day. And it's like, no, because that is his brand. And there's nothing wrong with that being his brand.
His whole goal, it's become the #1 meme coin in the world. You guys did not set out to be the #1 meme coin. You set out to get a foothold in the Bitcoin ecosystem and introduce yourselves the right way. You came bearing gifts, and it's like, hey, we're here to build with you guys. Completely different goals and objectives. So yeah, it's hard to compare the two. Like not that you guys would mind if it becomes the #1 coin in the world.
It decentralized could absolutely be the #1 rune in the world. Like little doubt to me that it has the potential to be, but it's not going to get there through memetics, because like decentralized it's not really memeable. We wanted something that kind of encompasses like what we're all part of. So what gets built off of decentralized, I think, will be different than what gets built with with Dog to the Moon. And so like people who are like new to the Kongs ecosystem that are in our channels and they're like, wait, what? The team's not doing this and the team's not doing that. It's like, well, hey, by the way, you got this shit for free, right? I realize people pay on the secondary, whatever they pay, but like our mission was to drop this for free, to etch the number 2 rune, to be to put like our stamp on history, and then to see what we can build out with it, to see what other people can build out with it. So it's like our mission is completely different. We're a project. We're not a person. So like our tactics are always going to be different. No different than like if you look at our quote unquote marketing campaign for decentralized. You see, like we don't pump, we don't push, we communicate when it's time to communicate. We work a lot in silence. People even were like, that's arrogant to say you work in silence. Well, that's what we fucking do. Like that is what we do. If we have something to say, we'll say it. When we have something to deliver, we'll deliver it. But we're not going to be the project that's out there that's like decentralized is going to be the #1 meme coin out there, because that in itself would be a fucking meme. So all of that to say, it's fucking grind time right now, dude. It is grind time. Like between me and you, like I couldn't be more excited about what potential the CyberKongz ecosystem has, like just as a whole, with what we've got, you know, coming for Amaki with our Genkai collection, what we've got, what we can do with decentralized, what we can do with Prometheans. There's just, you know, it's like, okay, now it's time to cook. So a lot of work ahead, no doubt about that.
Well, the right guys to do it. Again, like you said, it is heads down, it is working, it is building, and you guys did it throughout the bear. And some of these stories, people who kind of have listened to us before, they've heard this, but like I told you all throughout the bear, that kind of work ethic and putting in that time into products, it pays off in this market. And that's what we've been seeing here with the runes, with whatever's coming at Ronin. There's, I mean, people forget that there's so much going on over there and coming over there still with Genkai. There's a lot of building going on now in so many areas. Man, it always blows me away. It's so impressive.
It's funny because anyone who maybe doesn't know our relationship, like you were the one ever since we were kids who's just always had a pulse on things, you know, whether it's comics or bootleg Pearl Jam cassettes or like anything. You just have this weird spidey sense for shit. And you know, like I don't pretend to be somebody I'm not. I was not like deep in internet culture. Like I played around, you know, we used to LAN up our Halos at your apartments where we were going like 8-on-8 and, you know, was in AOL chat rooms, but like I wasn't the online degen. I had a lot to learn, right? Like you taught me, dude, I would be like, what's this meme? Like, what's Herald? Like, there was just so much I did not understand about internet culture, and I've really enjoyed learning it over the years. But you've been, I mean, dude, there's nobody who's been more influential on my journey in Web3 than you.
Man,
we've talked a lot about Kongs in the darkest of times with Kongs, when you feel like literally nobody cares, but you're building and you're like, man, I'm literally, sometimes you feel like you're doing a performance for no one. Like you've got a whole play you did and there's nobody in the audience. But you've always said that, man. You're like, just keep pushing. Like people like Kongs, there's something different about what you guys do. So it's been like incredibly exciting and fun to do what we've done. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, be proud of what you guys have done, and it's that work ethic again paying off, and it's like it's now fallen back to that, right? It's back to building. You had the kind of moment in the spotlight, and I think you're going to stay there, but it's also, guys, we're not done. Like this doesn't mean mission accomplished. It means literally heads down. We keep building. It's what we do.
Yeah, it's anything but that, right? Like mission accomplished as far as like executing the Promethean drop, executing the decentralized drop, mission accomplished. Like it went off you know, successfully, but like, yeah, now the real work begins. So should be fun. Should be fun.
Super impressive. Gonna wrap this up in a minute. You're welcome to stay till the end. I'm just gonna touch on Yuga Labs, I guess, other side and other side metaverse, kind of the meeting that's happening there, which I think is so damn cool. We had chatted about it yesterday. So
I actually got to fly to a call right now, but I just wanted to make sure I was able to at least come on and I don't want to say support you as if you need my support, but say like, congrats on the new show. Obviously people are a massive fan of what you're doing, man. Like if there's somebody who's going to make it in this space, dude, it's going to be you. You understand it. You're humble about it. You've got the spidey senses, and like you're just fucking good at it, man. People are entertained listening to you.
Dude,
So congrats on everything you're doing.
Wow. Yeah, means a lot, dude. Appreciate it. Love you. Hope your day's fantastic.
Love you too, man.
I'll catch you in a few hours.
Catch
this
you later
afternoon.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Looking forward to it.
See you, man.
See you, dude.
Bye. Telling you guys, it's just like, it's crazy having family in the space. I hope that's something you guys get to experience, and hopefully you already do. And if not, if you're still working on onboarding people, I hope it works, because it's just magic getting to do, to share this with people who are very close to you. My older brother in the space too. My older brother's Tickle Snarf. He's getting himself, he's becoming a guy over in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So all of us just kind of in this, loving it, learning together. It's a blast. So I'll tell you, it's extra fun kind of bringing you guys in or bringing them in to meet you guys, hang with you guys. It's interesting. It's a very cool community we're building here. So feel very fortunate about all of it. Now I'll wrap here on, man, if you saw my morning video, this was my favorite story, still is my favorite story today. I absolutely love this decision by Yuga Labs. Okay? These guys said, kind of like I say, building in public. They always said they were going to build in public, and they really got away from that, as they've said. They got away from everything that they had set out to initially do. Okay, but starting tomorrow, hey, in a way, the other side goes live. In a way. Okay, not the full version. That big old game is not ready yet, but their other side town hall is not taking place in Discord. It's not taking place on a Twitter or X Spaces. It's taking place in the other side metaverse. Man, they should do every meeting possible there. Every Bored Ape, whatever they call their community get-togethers, right? They do that once a week as well. Do them here. That's what it's for. It makes the most sense. With the CyberCons, we'd all come and hang out in our on-cyber galleries. We have these caves that were made for us. So we'd have little hangouts and meetings there. It's awesome. I was wondering if someone would think that, honestly. I was hoping nobody noticed, but no. Hell no, I'm not rapping. Dude, I got another side, yeah. Never minted it, but I bought it on secondary. I'll tell you this, though, dude. Peter, they mention all the assets that get to go to the other side, and they said for their whole ecosystem. I thought I read that, but nowhere on this list does it say other side holders get to attend this. It's Voyagers, which I don't know what the hell a Voyager is. It's Codas, it's Bored Apes, it's Mutants, Meebits, Grailed, and Moonbirds. They didn't say anything about other side landholders. We better get to go to this. I'll say that. Yeah, Crypto Bats. What did I say? No, it won't crash. No, you know what? Because they've done these stress tests, and it's the whole point of the software, the engine they use, the M² improbable like engine. It can support tens of thousands, like 100,000 people in an instance, which is bonkers. The first trip to the other side where I got to experience it, first off, I didn't know it wasn't their tech. I didn't know it wasn't Yuga Labs' own tech and their engine. That's why I was so impressed with them early on. I'm like, oh, they're building something that's revolutionary, like game-changing in the gaming world. And then I learned it's not theirs. It comes from M², a company called Improbable, and anyone can use it and license it and pop up their own instances that also do the same, that can also support tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands. So like last summer, Major League Baseball spun up an instance of it, looked very much like the other side, not as far as like the hills and the trees and the clubhouse and that stuff, but as far as like the general look and the feel and the movements, like the way you move around the environment. They spun up a baseball stadium and they had thousands of people in it. So like that part isn't Yuga Labs. It's what kind of soured me on the idea of the other side. When I'm like, other side makes sense for events, not some grand RPG. We're not there yet. But for like concerts and meetings and parties and get-togethers, spinning up an instance makes so much sense, but it made me less bullish on Yuga Labs, more bullish on Improbable. And that's where I still am. Dude, those caves are awesome. If you had a bat, you got a free cave. But they're so cool. They're so cool. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, Grailed is the 10K TF collection. Yep. Yeah. Swizzer, dude, it's really, dude, it is the most impressive thing. Going in there, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and everybody on voice chat talking, and it's not chaos. I don't know how they do it. But again, it's a testament for, I'm going to leave this page. Again, I love this. Absolutely love it. But it's a testament to, and we got to give them their freaking flowers. 1 second. Yeah, here we go. A testament to freaking M squared. Let's see if we've got any like demos of their. Yeah, I mean, look at here. This is using the same same engine, same whatever, like a little pop-up instance. If I can find the baseball one real quick, again, it's so impressive. But see that? Like that's not in the other side. This is somebody else's randomly spun up thing. Anyone can do it. I think you can do it too. I think it's going to get to the point where anybody can pop up their own instance. So again, I'm like, man, that other side thing, it's not going to work when everybody has access to those tools then. Again, people are already doing it. So there we are. Giga bullish on the meetings, though, in the metaverse. I think that's cool as hell. I love it. All right, guys, let me know anything else from you guys. Yeah, and by the way, absolutely good point there. Again, I grabbed one this morning. Let me pull up that Animoca thing because that is a big deal. But we'll wrap there. I'm sorry, not wrap there. We'll close there. And but hit me any questions, any comments, any whatever while I'm looking for this Animoca tweet. Oh, and I'm going to show you quickly two things I'm giga bullish on over here on Bitcoin. Where the hell is that Animoca tweet? Maybe I just got to go to Animoca's profile here. I'm sure it's right there. It's like pretty fresh news. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay, Opal. Yep, so there it is. Okay, Bitcoin's ready for Web3, the Opal protocol, powered by this BLIF token. Pretty interesting, that BLIF token, I gotta say. But initiated by Darewise. They're building a game, I believe, right? And Animoca together, okay? They're looking to build the largest Web3 ecosystem of gaming, entertainment, DeFi, education, culture. Again, all on Bitcoin. Okay, BLIF is a rune. And that is going to be their token. Picture the Mocha. Picture their Mocha token over on Ethereum right now. Well, BLIF for now is their token over on Bitcoin. And I say maybe criminally undervalued, not financial advice. Again, you're dealing with an idiot here. But all future Bitcoin-based projects from Animoca are going to partner with Opal. BLIF is the token of the Opal protocol. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? Let's look at their council here. See if we can zoom that in a bit. Hang on. Okay, the Opal Council. Stacked? Dare I say stacked? I don't know who these guys mostly are. Not going to lie. I know yet. I don't know the rest of them. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, this seems to be, I mean, it doesn't seem to be. This is big news. Animoca doing anything is news, but Animoca getting their footprint, they're I guess getting their assets, I guess, over here in the Bitcoin ecosystem. To me, bullish. Yeah, this morning I grabbed one of these Bliff stones. Honestly, pretty tempted to grab a couple. I need to check out the supply because I think it was like 21,000. No, if this is correct, okay, 5,000 is what it says right now. If that's correct, that's insane. I just feel like there's going to be more than that. If not, oh my God. Confusion, do you know? Do you know if 5K is like the total supply there? I think this is on the launch pad too, so we can peek at that real quick. It seems so low. Like, it just kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, that's not Karma Stone. Where? I thought it was up here. But yeah, I would love to know the supply. Yeah. Well, people catching on and that Animoca tweet really, really helped. So that's for sure. Anyway, guys, big mints coming to Bitcoin as well here. I'll put on your radar. Again, if you didn't see the morning video, this is definitely news for you. But Patrick Amadon, dude, incredible glitch artist, dropping a collection called Disobedience. It's on ETH, it's on Solana, it's on Bitcoin-based Arbitrum. I love this. I love this idea of putting it on all these big chains. All you have to do if you want to get it, especially the Bitcoin one, or I should say the Bitcoin one specifically, first off, read the tweet. It tells you on each chain how you can, get a whitelist. For Bitcoin, you have to DM them. Now, I'm not sure if they're full. I DM'd them. I got a spot, but they said they've gotten a lot of requests at this point, so it might be full. If that interests you, you definitely got to DM him, and probably sooner rather than later. And then this one's super cool, too, because this is a collaborative collection with Casey Rodomore, the creator of Runes and of Ordinals. So this collection with Parker Day, hilarious, like freaking awesome collection here. But this one I think is related to, like, as a child, parent, kind of ecosystem, and I think up to grandparent. This comes off of the first ever first ever Ordinal, right? If you check the inscription, its parent is inscription number 0. Okay, so this is going to be a very in-demand collection. If you have a way to get it, you absolutely want to. So guys, 5K is the total capped collection size? Dude, that's ridiculous. Well, I know what I'm doing right after. I'm buying some Bliffs. Like, come on. So easy. Anyway, I'll drop links to both of these. Here's Casey's. And then, where's Patrick? Where's my guy, Patrick? There's Patrick. Oh, and by the way, I did mean to include this with the other side conversation, but it looks like Beanie and Garga were in DMs. Beanie's really hard on Yuga Labs, and I think he realizes maybe goes a little far, a little bit. And he's not wrong about his takes. He's not. Beanie is, think what you want of Beanie, and none of those thoughts are wrong, but I'll just say that Beanie, I think for the most part, he's pretty darn transparent, and he's got some good takes, and sometimes a little overboard, but I like the dude a lot. Anyway, he said he's probably going to throttle back a bit. Like, they don't deserve his kind of attention more than the bad actors, and I'm glad he sees that. So, nice that they communicated, like, nice that they're, I don't know, just nice. Like, maybe it's not going to be a happy ending here, or bad, but just nice for him to realize he's been maybe a little pushy with them, a little aggressive. So, I think it's cool. Anyways, guys, that is your show. Episode 3 of Chain Reactor. Dude, I'm loving it. I love that you guys have been showing up. I appreciate the hell out of you guys for it. Yeah, this is going to get fun, guys. I can tell you that. So I'll have special guests like Henry. We'll have these people cycling in kind of over time. You never know who's going to show up. But we know a lot of people in this space, a lot of great builders, a lot of great personalities, and we'd love them to come and share their insights with you guys too. That's what this is all about. But yeah, expect a lot more. We're going to have a lot of fun together, guys. So with that said, thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. What is it, 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, we'll see you guys.